The first story is about the murder of a 57-year-old man in the Uxbridge area. It was reported on the 6th of July that a knife attack took place on a busy street and the 57-year-old passed away sadly at the scene. It has been described as unprovoked and also motiveless, a court has heard. The victim has been identified as Khurram Butt, and he was stabbed on the evening in Cowley Road, Uxbridge, West London. Police were alerted just after 7 p.m, and Mr Butt sadly died at the scene, and a man who's 49 years old called Khalid Khan from Uxbridge was shortly charged with his murder the following day. The suspect handed himself into police on Tuesday, and Khan was due to appear at the Old Bailey, but he did not appear via video link from Wormwood Scrubs, where he's been kept in London. However, he was represented in court by a barrister as a timetable of the case was set out. The court was told that the attack on Mr Butt appeared to have been unprovoked, and he used a knife, and the motive is yet to be known. Police have issued a public appeal for any witnesses to come forward to try to ascertain why this happened. Detective Chief Inspector Catherine Goodwin said it's a very busy road and there would have been a lot of people around at the time, and also vehicles. During the brief court hearing, the judge, called John Helen, said a plea hearing would take place on October the 3rd, with no trial marked to date. Khan lives in Uxbridge and he was remanded into custody, and a local resident told one of the newspapers called My London that it's very shocking and it's a very busy road and we're not used to anything like this happening round here. There was a large pool of blood in the road as well from where the incident had taken place, and Dave Nathan's coverage from the scene shows there is a large police cordon and tape going from one side of the street to the other. There is a lot of traffic, as you can see in the video that Dave has provided, and this definitely will contribute to the police trying to locate them drivers to find the dashcam footage if any of them have it. Of course, the family has been left devastated, and this is something that people often forget as well when they see scenes like this, is that the families that are affected, and I know that it can be very traumatic as well to see the scene where somebody died, but at the same time it's very important to document the story fairly and also respectfully. We'll never show any dead bodies or anything graphic that we don't think has context or reason. Forensic officers were seen trawling through undergrowth and also searching around the fences of local properties as the road they tried to restore the traffic on the road to the best that they could. The fast-moving investigation, as we've already spoken about, has resulted in a man being charged, but what they're doing now is trying to find any extra evidence to make the conviction even more solid, and to try to get justice for the family of the man that has sadly lost his life for, as we know right now, is no reason. So I really want to hear what people have to say on that story, and please pay respects to the victim as well, and we'll definitely keep you updated after the trial. In some other news coming from London in Southwark, and thank you to Dave Nathan for the coverage from the scene on the 8th of July, this was Friday. It occurred in Butterfly Walk, and there was a 164 metre trail of blood that went through this crime scene, and this is the largest that I've ever seen, and it is a warning to viewers that they may find this quite triggering. The scene outside the shop shows there is a bike attached and also a lot of different bits of kit that the ambulance service would have used to try to help the man who was injured. Trainers were also seen by the curbside, and it shows that it's a busy high street with a lot of shops like Superdrug, etc. And the cordon runs half of the high street as well, nearby a pub called the Tavern. There's very little information about this story, but the police said in a statement that the London Ambulance Service arrived at 3:20 AM in the morning to reports of a man suffering stab wounds on Butterfly Walk, and this is in South East London. Officers attended, and a male in his 20s was taken by London Ambulance to a South London hospital, and his injuries are not thought to be life-threatening. A crime scene is in place and there have been no arrests, and inquiries are ongoing. And the cordon was still in place the day after, while some evidence was being gathered to try to build a case, but as of yet there is no charge or any suspects. And this man is very lucky to have survived, especially due to the amount of blood that must have been lost in this incident as well. So really appreciate you joining me for that update, and I'd really appreciate it if you left a comment below and let me know what you think on that story. And we'll definitely keep you updated if there's any progression with that case. So really appreciate you joining me again, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and follow online at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter and Facebook.
that way, get that way, go down the back. So you can't get the back.
Covered with blood. Just throw it away. It's saturated. Completely blooded up. It's soft.
C2 receiving main control.
Call 357, receiving the channel at control.